Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday afternoon. The garden clock says it's about 10 to 6. That seems a little later than I thought, but 10 to 6 on Tuesday afternoon. It's about somewhere between 45 and 50 degrees with a touch of breeze. So I brought you back to the fire table. I had to get the smoking jacket back out. Um, winter's holding on. I think it's going to hold on. When I look at the weather, it's going to hold on all week long. Cold mornings, chilly afternoons. So we'll just have to do what we have to do. Fire table's not so bad though, is it? Certainly isn't from this side of the camera, that's for sure. So brought to you by Fresca again today. We got one more of these and then we'll move on to the next crappy soda. And we're brought to you again. I'm sensing a rut here. Brought again to you by Davidoff Late Hour or Late Evening. Yeah, Late Hour. Man, it's hard for me to slide my hand past that box and pick another cigar right now. Can't smoke all these all at once though, but I sure do enjoy them. Take a minute and get it toasted up, get it warm, get it rolling. Starting off good. All right, guys, we'll call that lit. So it's kind of funny. Some of you guys warned me that as my neighbors found out what I had in the paddock, I would start getting more and more visitors. And that has, in fact, started to happen. I had one of my neighbors over there in the warehouse came by and chilled out for like 2 hours, just sitting in the leather chair chatting with me. I had not planned that into my day, so I got to be more careful with my time now. Brought my stubby smoker. Probably using that. These cigars are worth it. So I don't know if you guys have this. But you sleep so bad the night before, you're just in a daze, a haze, not sharp all that day. Well, that's me today. I didn't sleep at all last night, and I've been in a haze all day today. So I don't anticipate being extra sharp on this. So we're just gonna call it our gentle Tuesday, and we're gonna probably be pretty not very serious today. So, hey guys, one of the things we should kind of acknowledge right now, a big change I think is happening in the YTPC, and maybe it's happened in the past. You know, I've only been a member. I've only been watching you guys for really since January of last year, so 14, 15 months. But in the last month, in the last 2 months, I'm not sure we've recognized just how many new presenters we have and just how many first-time presenters we've kind of drawn to this side of the camera. And I just wanted to say I'm pretty proud of that. I think it's some of the changes we're making in the way we present is enticing others to come on, you know, and present what they know and what they're thinking about and what they're struggling with, telling their stories. I've seen more in the last month than I think I've seen in the last year. And I think that's a pretty awesome thing. Hey guys, you guys have sent in some questions and topics, so I thought maybe we just do a grab bag tonight because I don't have a single note for this chat today. I'm obviously not going to out who asked the questions or made the suggestions, but if I hear about a topic, if you hear a topic in this video and it was you brought it up, I will respond to your email and text directly. I just am a huge fan of answering as many questions as I can here in front of the camera, and addressing as many topics as I can here in front of the camera, because it can prevent you guys from making a similar mistake. Or if somebody's asking the question, there's probably more people out there who would like to know the answer. So that's why I do it this way. It's really not meant to out anybody. And some of you bring up very personal things, and clearly I'm not going to discuss those here. But if it's a more general question, then I will try to do it on camera, just so, because I think we can create conversations and comments, springboards, VRs on these subjects. And I view that as helping the maximum number of people, not just the person who asked the question. All right, so the first topic would be cryptocurrency wallets. If you have chosen to own cryptocurrency, you're going to need to create a cryptocurrency wallet, and that has the traditional username and password and all that on it. And those things can be, you can do the click lost password, and it will help you regenerate it. But you'll also be required to create what's called a 12-word seed phrase, like flower seed. You'll need to create a 12-word seed phrase. And one of the terrible things about crypto, and one of the great things about crypto, is once your crypto wallet is created, absolutely nobody can really get into it without knowing that 12 seed word, and or that 12-word seed. The bad thing is it cannot be recreated, and a new one cannot be created for you. And so when you do that, when you create that 12-word seed, you need to write it down in ink that doesn't smear, on paper that doesn't absorb it and make it unreadable. I would suggest writing it on 2 or 3 pieces of paper and storing those pieces either together or separately in very safe places. Inside a little jewelry safe is a good idea. Because you're looking for it to be safe from theft and safe from fire. Because if someone else does get your 12-word seed phrase, it's then their wallet. They can type it in. They can even go buy a new one and recreate your wallet. That's what that 12-word seed phrase is for. Is you can actually go and recreate. Go buy a new crypto wallet, bring it up, get it powered up, and recreate it by typing your 12-word seed phrase into it. It will regenerate your wallet. If you do lose it, I personally know of no way to recover it. I don't know of any data mining companies, data companies, cryptocurrency specialists, crypto security specialists who can do that. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I suspect they don't. And I certainly know of no one who has that capability, because it goes against the entire underpinning of crypto. You hold the keys, you store them on your crypto wallet, and only you have the passcodes and the regeneration keys. So I'm going to say to you here, and I'll answer to you later, but I know of no way to recover that 12-word phrase if you have, in fact, completely lost it. In fact, if you guys do ever create a crypto wallet and create a 12-word seed phrase, they sell, and you can buy them on Amazon, they're metal blocks, metal letters and numbers, and they're meant for you to recreate your 12-word seed phrase with metal characters slid into the slots, and then you put that in the safe or put wherever you keep valuables, and maybe even keep a copy in your safety deposit box. Although I've said in the past I'm not big fans of those, but it is a secure place to store something. Um, but if their bank ever does get robbed and the safety deposit boxes ever get taken and your seed phrase is in there, they can in fact recreate your wallet. So just keep that in mind. But the metal version is, one, it's harder to lose because it's a pain in the ass. It's not just a slip of paper, and it's truly metal, so it cannot burn. It can lay in a fire and you won't lose your seed phrase. So that's just something to keep in mind. So a topic you guys asked me to talk about was drone technology. And my company joint ventured with another company that ran the Predator drone support program worldwide for years. Then when I was elected as county commissioner for Calvert County, we got to tour St. Inigo's. It's a kind of a secret naval base. I mean, the existence isn't secret and its name isn't secret. St. Inigo's. It's down by Patuxent River Naval Air Station on the St. Mary's River, and that's where a lot of the U.S. drone research and test and concept, testing takes place. So I've had two instances to be around drones quite a bit. One was the Predator Worldwide Maintenance Program, and the other is having gotten to tour St. Inigo's on several occasions as an elected official. So I think we can talk a little bit about, I mean, we're not going to get on specific capabilities of drones, but the first thing I do is the old spy satellites. They used to be called the KH-11s, but spy satellites for decades have been able to read license plates from space. They have that kind of resolution on board. And today I'm told they can actually read golf balls, the printing on golf balls from space if they have to. Now, I've not personally seen that technology, but it exists. And I say that to you because if you think the satellites can do that, what do you think drones can do? I think drone capability in 2024 is far beyond what any of us really, understand or really have seen with our eyes. It's sort of it's probably for a lot of you probably consider it your worst nightmare what these capabilities are. I mean, true modern generation drones. I mean, they can function in so many different capacities in the same airframe, and then we have so many different airframes. But I mean, we are slowly losing the need to have manned bombers, manned fighters, and manned reconnaissance is almost coming to an end. Now, there's a lot of people that would disagree with me. They always say, well, the human element, the ability to make decisions on board, on site, in split seconds will always override drone technology. And I'm here to tell you, I don't believe that's true in today's world. In fact, the guy who asked me about drone technology included a video that was 7 years old of a 4-inch drone that had AI-driven flight capabilities, and we used to call those assassin drones. They have the ability; they're single shots, but they can pretty much get to anyone on the planet at any time and assassinate that individual. So those are real, and that's at least a decade ago, if not more. So I can't imagine what is on scene in today's world. And in fact, you see a lot of drone technology taking the forefront of today's war stories. I mean, today, like literally the last few days, if you've watched it all about, the Houthis, rebels taking out, full-size freighters and oil tankers with their drones. Iran is selling their attack drones to Russia, and that NATO is sending in dozens and dozens of attack drones, in a single night now. So if you're a Star Wars fan, the era of the Clone Wars is pretty much upon us, from the land and from the air. These are real things that I guess you should be aware of. You should pay attention to them. But But I'll also tell you, it certainly doesn't affect my life. Um, I doubt anyone's ever going to send an assassin drone after me, well, probably, or any one of you. I doubt a predator drone will be sent to bomb your home. And I doubt an attack drone will be come to get you or your car or take out the part of the house you're in. I don't think those things are going to happen. I guess it's something to consider as Team Freedom grows greater and greater legs. And if something does happen inside the U.S. from the south border, yeah, we should talk about that for a minute. So with the south border so open and so many, I think it's 33 million people have come across it since it was opened. What that has now enabled is foreign military cells to live within the United States, undocumented, and even paid for by us, by the way, but undocumented, untraceable. We don't know where they went. We don't know where they're living. And I do think the thing that will touch us as individuals first, if things start to go wrong, are these now inside the U.S. cells. That's who we're going to be called, I think, as individuals, as civilian squads, to have to take care of. Out where I live, I think it's going to be less of a problem, and I think out in the country, truly country, I don't think it'd be much of a problem. But our big cities and our inner suburbs to our big cities, may find themselves being on the front lines and having to pick up a weapon to stop something from happening inside the U.S. And where the real problem will come is if that activity is actually sanctioned. And that may sound silly at first, but if you really think through what's happening in our countries today, these people are being allowed into our country. Our country knows that these cells are being walked across the border and disappearing after crossing. So the problem could be is if the attacks that we see at the neighborhood, suburban, urban level are sanctioned and people like us step up to stop them, then we may have a problem where we face more state level assets. You may face a drone coming in to stop your team from hindering a foreign cell. That's just a crazy sentence, man. Or if you are in fact identified as a leader of a movement to stop a lot of these, you may hear the whine of an assassin drone. Who knows? But as much as this sounds like fantasy and science fiction, it is now technically feasible and logistically feasible, given what's happened in the border and given what's happened in drone technology. Now, all drones aren't bad. In fact, most drones are used for good. But as with any technology, we, particularly in the U.S. and the Western world, will excel in abusing that capability and doing bad with it. I know that's a fact. We're probably doing it now. I would say those are my thoughts on drones without making this an hour-long drone video. So story time that kind of fits in. I'll give you a good example of how we misuse good technology. So as big pharma has taken over more and more, and rather than cure disease, we treat it. More and more people are wearing pacemakers and heart stimulators, and insulin pumps are the big one. A lot of people wear insulin pumps now. They usually wear it on their belt. Well, all these devices in today's world are capturable. We can capture them. We know they're there. We can take them over and tell them how to operate. And a great way to make someone's assassination look like an accident is to get within about 10 or 20 feet of them, especially if we know they have an insulin pump, and it's usually pretty easy to get people's medical records. You know, get within 10 or 20 feet of someone wearing an insulin pump, take that pump over either through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi tech, and instruct that insulin pump to dump its contents into the body. And that person will cease to exist pretty much immediately. And it will look natural. It could look like suicide. It could look like a medical accident. It would be near impossible to tell that the device has been hacked and told to do something deadly. And we wear those things around on our hips all day long. I mean, several million people wear those things. So there's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and medical pumps, right? All for good, all creating better life for people, but can be used for very, very horrible results. And I promise you, I assure you they are. So I've been telling you golf stories, and I've been telling you political stories. So tonight I'm going to tell you a political golf story. So I told you I'd become pretty friendly with Governor Bobby Ehrlich, and we'd become pretty friendly, and we played golf now and then. The first time I'd ever played golf with a governor was pretty hair-raising. He asked me, he said, "Why don't you ride in the cart with me?" And I didn't think anything of it until we pulled up to the first tee, and I think he had four golf carts of security detail, the press, some of his staff that follow him around. I mean, there must have been 30 or 40 people standing around the tee box watching us tee off. If you know anything about golf, the quickest way to screw up your golf game is have one person watching you, and then make it the governor, and then make his entourage there. Wow. Luckily, I crushed the first one off the tee, but I didn't play very good the rest of the day. Played good enough, though. He said, "Why don't you come down to Florida with me? We got a couple things we need to do for Maryland down at a governor conference." So I went with him. And of course, he always works a golf game in, so we're golfing down in Florida, and his entire security detail is with us. So it's us, another cart, are playing golf, and then there's four other carts with Maryland State Police Governor Protection Detail in it. And Bobby hit a shot. He was a good golfer, but he hit one a little bit right, and he got right down near the water. I mean, like 5-6 feet from the water's edge. And as he's walking up to his ball, a big gator kind of crawls up and lays maybe 3 feet from his ball. And yeah, at that point, I thought we were going to let him drop and move on, but he said, "No, I'm hitting it." This crazy son of a bitch walked right up to his ball, and we turned around, and all four carts, that's 8 guys, all had their weapons drawn and had a bead drawn on the alligator just in case he moved. And Bobby hit a shot, and off we went. But that was the craziest golf shot I've ever seen. So a completely unrelated request, guys, as we send packages to each other, we do yabos and nabos and stuff like that. Just keep in mind that addresses are on these boxes. So you see, I normally cut the top of the box off so it's completely gone and in the trash. Or if it's on an envelope, you'll see I've taken that big giant black marker out and redacted both addresses off, off the envelope. So guys, just please be aware, when you hold up a box, you're excited, you got a package, you got a gift, whatever, just don't dox yourself if it's something you bought for yourself, and please don't dox some idiot like me who sent you a box, because I'm sending out a lot of these our Team Freedom badges. I mean, we've got 47 are out there now from me and 25 from Greg. And sometimes we hold those boxes of, "Hey, I'm proud to get this." So just make sure you're holding up the back of the box and not the address size, please. So a quick update on our Team Freedom badges. We've gotten maybe 47 of them have gone out the door now. So I've got 3, maybe 4 left in the bag, and I've ordered the next 25. But I'm pretty sure everyone who's asked for one, at least as of an hour ago, I've gotten boxed and sent. If for some reason you feel like you requested one, haven't seen it yet, just check in with me. I don't mind. I'll say, yeah, I sent it to you, and I probably can't tell you what day I sent it, but I'll know that I sent it to you. And if you're pretty far back in the list, then I know it either got lost, trapped, stuck, and I'll get another one out to you. and just another call for badges. If you want them, don't be shy. Ask for badges. You're not being a pain in my ass. And it takes time. I'm not trying to get away from that, but I don't mind. The more that are out there, the prouder I am about it. So if you've seen them and you're like, I don't know how to do it, just send me a request. Either comment on the video, send me an email, send me a text, and we'll get one out to you guys. So in the Hale House, it's officially spring. We took down the Christmas village today. We call it from December 26th to today. We call it the Winter Village because it looks so good up there in the kitchen. My wife puts it on top of all the kitchen cabinets and it looks really good. I love it. It's got lights on it and everything. It looks really cool. But the rule is we can't have the Winter Village up on the first day of spring, which I think maybe tomorrow. So we ponied through and got that taken down today. All right, guys. We've I assembled all the pieces. We're at 26 minutes, so let's keep this bad boy under 30 minutes. I'll get out my nubby smoker before you go. I love this thing. Gosh, the breeze just like 45 degrees and like a 5, 8, 10 mile breeze from time to time. Plays hell with my fire and makes it a little chilly out here, which is helping me incentivize keep this under 30. So guys, you've spent another 30 minutes with me out here at the fire table. I appreciate it. These are probably my favorite videos to make. Maybe partially because I don't have to plan them too much. Who knows? I don't do a lot of research for them. But guys, let's end it. We'll say goodnight. Tuesday. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Hopefully you have a good Tuesday. Hopefully you have a good night tonight. And I'll end this the way I always do. I'll say God bless you. May God bless you and those around you, your family. May He turn His ear towards your prayer, and may God make His face shine upon you. I sure hope He blesses your life like He's blessing mine. Guys, that's all I got tonight. So let's say goodnight, and we will talk again tomorrow on Wednesday. Goodbye, everybody.